Hello everybody, just a quickie this time. This is my Chinese wisteria that I bought online first week of June just this year. Since then I put it into this large pot, not really a proper bonsai pot, but one that would be okay for developing the tree in. And has given it a bit of scope for some growth. And then back in July, 28th of July to be exact, I wired this tree, vine, whatever you want to call it. And today I've noticed that the vine is the vine is beginning to grow into the wire. The tree started out as this pitiful little thing, and I wasn't even sure it was going to survive when it arrived, and I'll insert a picture here. In fact, this video is going to be a bit of a recap video, so apologies for those of you that might have seen it before or bits of it before, but I just thought it was interesting to show the development of this tree in just 4 short months. So as you can see, it has grown and grown and grown. And it sat for a while, it didn't do anything, but then it grew and it grew and it grew, and it's still growing up at the tip there. I'm not expecting flower on this tree, not for a few years, so I'm not going to prune it. At the moment I'm trying to build the trunk, and that's exactly what happens, or has happened. In fact, I would say that this trunk is now probably 3 times the thickness it was when it arrived, and as I say, it's fattened up so much that I'm going to have to remove this wire before it cuts in. Before we do though, let's go back and have a little bit of a look at what it was like when it arrived, and then we'll have a look at how it was in July, and then come back here for the unwiring. Some of you may have saw I put a post on the community tab about this little tree that I ordered through the post. Both the previous wisteria that I showed you were Japanese wisteria, and I fancied having a Chinese wisteria as well, and so I ordered one online. But a little bit of cosseting, it perked up, and so I potted it up into a larger pot, and it's growing away quite steadily. I mean, all of this is new growth since it arrived, and it is growing very well. So yeah, it was such a feeble, terrible looking thing when it arrived in the post that I really wasn't sure it would survive, but it has. Need to loosen that tie off, in fact, because it's now cutting in. That's how much the tree has grown, so that's grand. I'm tempted to put some movement into this trunk, so let me cut a piece of wire, and I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is 2mm wire. I think this will do it. It's such a flexible trunk. I'm not expecting any flowers or anything from this tree for the next few years. It doesn't appear to be grafted. It appears to be a seed grown tree, which means, you know, you don't get flower for some years, generally speaking. Let's move that cane out of the way, and I just want to give the tree a bit of shape whilst it's young and flexible. yes. Pop the cane back in just to stop it blowing around in any wind, and give these shoots here at the top something to grow up. Just give you a quick 360 on this one, as you can, as always, for scale. Okay, so here's a closer look at the trunk, yeah, it's as thick as my little finger. In fact, probably as thick as my forefinger at the base now. So yeah, more than double, probably even triple the thickness that it was when it arrived. And as I said, I had my doubts that it was even going to survive. Then it looked so sickly when I unwrapped it from the package it was in. It seems to have set rather nicely. There is a minimal amount of scarring, nothing that I can't live with, and in fact I think the rate this thing is growing, by this time next year you won't even notice that there was any scarring whatsoever. So yeah, if you're a bit impatient, you probably won't want to wait years for a wisteria to flower, so I would advise you to purchase one, well, next spring, early summer, when you can go to the garden centre, hopefully, and find one that's actually in flower, and then you'll know that you've got one that's of a flowering age, but you can actually begin to build structure and trunk on a tree like this very quickly. As I say, I'm not going to prune this one back. I'm going to let all this growth feed into this trunk for the rest of this year, and then it'll get pruned back probably to about here. Yeah, next spring it'll get pruned back. It won't be repotted or anything, but it will get pruned back quite hard to just about where my thumb is now, and allowed to go away, and perhaps even begin to sprout some extra branches and begin to build a little crown. But it's the trunk I want to build first, and I'm really pleased with the success we've had so far, and we've even got a bit of taper, so that's not bad in 4 months. So again, apologies that this video has been a bit of a recap video, but I just wanted to demonstrate, as I said, just what this tree has actually done for me this month, these 4 months, and I am really quite impressed with it myself. As I say, it was early June when I first got this tree, and it's now the 14th of September, so yeah, just 4 months or so, and a good result so far, I think. Thank you all for watching in these here troubled times. Please, please, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe.